Hey all, welcome back to my channel, Psychic Goddess Erika, back with another pick a card reading. Today's pick a card reading is what do you need to know this spooky season. But the messages can still apply whenever you happen to come across this video. If you're drawn to it and you want to click on it, then it's for a reason. The messages can still apply. If you hear a kind of ticking noise, it's my daughter's swing. So hopefully that's okay. Today I'm working with the Archer's Answers Oracle deck, which is one of the decks I created. Archer was my maiden name. If you're interested in this deck, the information along with the timestamps are going to be down below in the description box. I'm also working with the Wonders and Witches Oracle deck created by my friend Annika, and the Hoodoo Tarot, which is definitely in my top 10 of tarot decks. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, everyone, go ahead and take 3 deep breaths. You can pause this if you need to make your selection. Allow your intuition to do the picking. Here is card 1, here is card 2, and over here is card 3. Okay, those of you who chose card 1, let's see what your first message is in terms of what you need to know this spooky season. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box. So your first message is it's coming. There is something that is on the way, of course, in divine timing. Let your intuition help you to answer the question of what it is in terms of what is coming. Some of you may have already been wondering something in the back of your mind, but if not, then take a pause and allow your intuition to let you know what it is that is coming. But let's go ahead and get some further messages with the Wonders and Witches Oracle deck, card 1. What do you need to know this spooky season for those that chose card 1? Truth be told. Rest. So Spirit is saying it's time to allow yourself some rest. It's not the time to overdo. It's not the time to worry. Don't overthink. Rest and relax, because what's for you is going to come in divine time and it's going to flow organically, is what I'm hearing Spirit say. It doesn't need to be forced. Also, you just don't want to overdrain your energy or run yourself tired. Allow yourself time to rest during this spooky season, as well as it's time to put something else to rest. Allow what sides of yourself need to shed away and die off. Allow whatever relationships, situations, behaviors or ways of thinking, addictions, obsessions, whatever it is that doesn't serve you, allow it to die off. Put that to rest as well. The bottom of the deck energy is closure. So allow certain doors to close now. And if doors are closing on their own or against what you want, allow it to close. It's closing for a reason. As they say, when one door closes, another one opens. So allow the door to close. It's time. It's also a great time of embracing your shadow self and understanding the parts of you that still need healing, but also understanding the parts of you that, yes, may be based on ego, but they're also serving a form of protection, because they also prevent you from being unrealistic, and they also protect you from toxic positivity. For some reason, that's coming up too. But at the same time, you're finding your balance. And that is going to help you moving forward to when new doors open that are coming, it's going to help you to better embrace these changes in a healthier way, in a healthier capacity. Let's continue with the Hoodoo Tarot. So, oh, this one wants to come out. Let's take it. 10 of Baskets, also known as the 10 of Cups. And I knew this was going to come out because I saw it when I first parted the deck. The Big Queen, also known as the Empress. So something else you need to know this spooky season is things may be changing within family or friendship dynamics, and this can even include work or work friends or family dynamic. So what Spirit is talking about right now is I'm also getting the feeling of more stability coming, new ways of going about things with people that you're close with. I'm hearing Spirit talking about new family traditions or new ways of connecting with those you care about. Do something fun. You know, this is spooky season, so maybe it's making pumpkins together, like a pumpkin contest, or decorating the home, or some form of spells or magical traditions if you're into that. And even if you're seeing this at a time that's not spooky season, then forming some other kind of holiday tradition or something that you just do as a family or friends or community or tribe that brings you together to celebrate. Maybe this is a festival, maybe this is an event. If you're indigenous, maybe it's going to powwows, whatever it may be. That energy is coming up too. But you also need to know that, again, remember your value, remember your worth, remember that you're powerful. So right now, as doors are closing, new beginnings are coming. You're giving birth to new energy, new life, new vibes, a new version of self. I'm also hearing Spirit talking about your rising from the ashes, because it's like over here is like the phoenix energy, and over here is the rebirth after rising from the ashes. So you're changing, and yes, you have had a lot of disappointment, but at the same time, what I'm hearing is like there is a smoother road ahead, is what I just heard through my clairaudience. It may not be as soon as you like, and even though there may still be some bumps in the road ahead, but it's still smoother than what it was, that very bumpy, even to some degree somewhat dangerous feeling that you maybe had before. There's smoother road ahead. I did see 555. So one of your angel numbers right now could be 555, which is calling in the energy of change that is needed. And change is not always comfortable, but it's happening. And so don't resist the change. Also, you may be seeing a lot of the number 5 as well, or coming lately or coming up. So let's go ahead and get a closeout message with one more of the Archer's Answers Oracle deck, card 1. What do you need to know? Oops, I just hit the camera, sorry. All right, card 1. What do you all need to know this spooky season? Truth be told, worth it. Yep, the change is going to be worth it after it all. Everything you've been through, all of the work, all of the effort, all of the shadow work, all of the self-inventory and change that you have been making, it's going to be worth it down the road. That kind of makes sense with the smoother road ahead I was hearing. It's coming. So that's what I see, card 1. Go ahead and comment below how it resonated with you. Like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee for the reading, for the energy exchange. That information is also down below in the description, and I will talk to you guys another time. Bye, card 1. Hi, those of you who chose card 2. Let's see what you need to know this spooky season. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, that information is down below in the description box. So card 2, we have the first message of doing the most. So either you or someone else in the mix is just doing the most. So basically, Spirit is saying chill out or take space from people or situations that are draining you. It's just too much going on, and it's making you feel overwhelmed, or for some of you, you're making other people feel overwhelmed. Time to rest, time to relax. Let's see what else Spirit has to say. Card 2 with the Wonders and Witches Oracle deck. What do you need to know this spooky season? So I just heard through my clairaudience that Janet Jackson song, Like a Moth to the Flame. So I think what Spirit is saying is that take some time to really consider what you're being drawn to right now. Some inner reflection into that, because for some of you, maybe not all of you, but for some of you, it could be that you are just exhausting yourself by putting so much energy towards something, and you don't want to end up getting burnt out or getting burned by it, by doing the most, a moth to the flame. And for others of you, it could be that certain people are being drawn to you right now, but in this case, it kind of feels draining. So you may need to put up some extra protection, some extra spiritual cleansings. Some of you may need to do some candle magic. Some of you may need to program something that allows you to see truth. Like when I say program something, it could be like a candle, it could be a crystal, something of that nature that puts in the energy of allowing you to see further truth or what you need to see. And Spirit is saying, yes, they agree with that message, but also, yes, the spirit world is connecting with you as well. So this could be ancestors, this could be other forms of spirit guides, this could be people that have transitioned to the other side, or maybe even others that you didn't really know, but they're coming through with messages. Yes, Spirit is connecting with you. This could also be that some of you, your mediumship abilities are increasing during the spooky season. So yes, what you are sensing are energies connecting with you. This could also be signs, symbols, and synchronicities that are confirming something for you that you're seeing, those kinds of spiritual messages and signs. Also, Spirit is saying, yes, either you or someone else is just doing the most, confirming that further. So it could also be as well something you've been wondering in the back of your mind. The answer is a yes. Okay, so we have communication, but it's reversed in the bottom of the deck energy. So the energy I'm getting from this is all kind of in theme of needing to listen to these spiritual messages that are flowing through, even if it's like intuitive psychic downloads that are coming through, Spirit communicating with you. But also Spirit is saying, yes, it may be time to communicate with someone else or a group of people, or maybe that, yes, communication is coming if that is something you've been wondering about or looking out for. But it's time to rest and relax, and maybe not like obsess about it, because in that way you may be doing the most. So just kind of rest. That's coming through. And also for some of you, you may also be drawn to Papa Legba and learning about him for some reason, and his story may be beneficial if that resonates with you. That's not for everybody. But let's see what else is going on with the Hoodoo Tarot, card 2. What do you need to know this spooky season? I definitely feel like there's a need for you to get out of your head. You're worrying too much, you're overthinking, you're overanalyzing, that kind of thing. But let's take these that flew out. The Ace of Sticks, which is the Ace of Wands, and Dim Bones, which is the Judgment card. So you guys are very magical, whether you're aware of it or not. Your power is very strong, but you need to use your better judgment. You need to use your discernment in terms of how you go about things moving forward. Taking into account all you've learned from the past and where you stand right now, how can you learn the lessons of not necessarily asking why certain things took place, but instead looking into what have you learned, what has it taught you, how can you improve moving forward, how can you grow. Some of you may actually be called to reading throwing bones as a form of divination, if that resonates with you, something you've been considering doing. Maybe it's not even just bones. Maybe it's reading shells or crystal ball scrying or other things. Just Spirit is saying to get out of, like, it's time to get back to more of the spiritual arts that are not so widestream, mainstream these days. For some of you, remember, general reading. So if that's speaking to you, then that message is for you too. I think it's for me also. And then we have the Ace of Wands energy over here. This is a good time, on one hand, to consider, again, what you're calling in, what you're manifesting. It's a great time to do magic. It's a great time to also tap into your, for some of you, more intimate magic, sex magic, if you're into that with yourself or your partner in terms of higher vibrations. You don't want to do that with a lower vibrational partner or dysfunctional relationship at all. So if that resonates with you, take that too. But I'd also feel like there's a theme here of action that is being taken, but also learning to communicate more wisely with others, communicate more wisely with the words that you tell yourself, and remembering in both sides that words are spells, but also being more wise in action and what you're communicating to the universe and what you're putting out to the universe in terms of your manifestations as well. But let's go ahead and get a closeout message on what you need to know this spooky season. Card 2, again, going back to the Archer's Answers Oracle deck. Truth be told. Okay. Have trust. So yeah, there's a need to have trust in the process, because what I'm hearing Spirit say is a lot of you have been doing the same old thing, or the same old pattern has been happening. And yes, it's time to do something different. Yes, it's time to communicate differently. Yes, it's time to choose a new path. Yes, it's time to make a judgment call, and then just have trust in terms of what the results are afterwards, and where things are going. Have trust that what you're manifesting, creating is coming to you in divine time. Have trust in the process, have trust in the journey, and have trust in your own ability to make these choices and decisions for yourself too. Have trust in your own discernment as well. So that's what I see, card 2. Comment below how it resonated with you. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee. The information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box, and I will talk to you guys another time. Bye, card 2. Hi, card 3. Let's go ahead and see what you need to know this spooky season. Remember, this is a general reading. Take what resonate, release what doesn't. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, the information on where you can go to do that is down below in the description box. Card 3, your first message is very likely. So I think Spirit is answering something that in the back of your mind you've been wondering about. And the answer is very likely. But let's go ahead and expand on further messages with the Wonders and Witches Oracle deck. Card 3. Let's see what's going on. Truth be told. What do you need to know this spooky season? Card 3. Okay, so I had the whole deck upside down, so I'm not going to read that as a reversal this time. Spirit is saying for some of you, there's also a need to turn to meditation or prayer to help you through this time. A lot of heaviness is what I'm feeling with this group, card 3. So I'm also hearing something about boundaries too. So set further boundaries, and remember that boundaries are there are things that need to be put in place so that you can continue in a peaceful way for your own mental health, spiritual health and well-being, emotional health and well-being. So whether that's setting boundaries with yourself and allowing yourself to say no or put things off for a bit so that you can rest and relax or pray and meditate, then do so. Whether it's setting boundaries with other people and telling them no, or not right now, or just not answering something at this time. Maybe it's a social media break. Maybe it's just taking space for self to go into introspection or hermit mode for prayer and meditation. This spooky season is all about, I feel, more so focused on self-care, putting your needs first right now. I'm also feeling like right now, not looking so much outside of yourself for answers. Like right now, looking to others is not really going to be able to give you what you're really needing. Like if you have someone that you can trust to maybe just vent to, that you really trust, that you know can just hear you out, that can be a good thing. But at the same time, it's almost like needing to talk to your higher self and to the universe or your ancestors right now through prayer and meditation is more likely, very likely to be a better way to go about things at this time. So one way that you can talk to your higher self, sorry, my camera is starting to fall. One way that you can talk to your higher self is to record yourself on video and just let it all out, almost like a video diary, and then play it back. And then you may notice some things about yourself, or your higher self may begin to come up with some solutions or ways of seeing things differently when you are looking from the outside in towards yourself. I just saw the number 333, so that may be one of your angel messages during this time, bringing in the energy of community, of support, of communication, of new beginnings, creativity, giving birth, literally or symbolically, to new chapters, new life. And here, how funny, bottom of the deck energy is the message of boundaries, which we already talked about. So boundaries are very important for you this spooky season. Card 3. You may also be seeing a lot of the number 3, or maybe you will coming up. But I feel like a lot of you have been in this stuck energy, and that's going to be changing because some of that stuck energy is kind of a reroute and needing to rest and pause, pray and meditate, because that is going to show you the direction of the reroute that you need to go. Let's see what else you need to know. Card 3 about the spooky season. Those of you who chose card 3 using the Hoodoo Tarot, truth be told. Mother of Knives. This is the Queen of Swords energy. Bottom of the deck, we have the Daughter of Sticks, which is the Knight of Wands energy, I believe. So right now is a time to look at things from a more realistic and logical perspective in terms of your approach, to also be clear about your communications, meaning like be very clear and direct in terms of addressing things with yourself or others. It's a time to kind of be straight to the point. My braid just flew into the camera. Be blunt. Yes, you can be emotionally connected and understanding, but it's okay. The best way I can put this is when it comes to addressing boundaries or communicating your needs to yourself or to the universe or to others, it's not letting your emotions run wild, because let's say, this is just an example. Let's say you were in a business meeting and you want to address a problem. You're not going to go into the business meeting crying and just letting it all pour out in terms of word vomit. You're going to try your best to hold it together. Let the facts be known. Let your emotions still be known in terms of your feelings, but you're going to address it in more of a diplomatic or centered, to the best of your ability, way of presenting your point. That's kind of what I mean in terms of how communication is best to moving forward right now. and how you're going to, again, see the facts of things, the more realistic way of looking at something right now versus this is what it used to be or this is what it could be. What's going on right now? And look at that in terms of how you make your next move, how you go about your next actions, because that's going to come into the Knight of Wands energy over here. Because I do feel like Spirit, through your prayer meditation, is going to be delivering a whole lot of insight and messages to you coming up, because birds represent messengers, and I feel like there's going to be communication that's coming or news that's coming that's going to help you to understand what your next action should be following that once you come out of that period of rest and prayer and meditation. And it's also a time that, yes, Spirit is saying it could be time to take action. Yes, very likely time to go ahead and take action, or action will be coming, or communication will be coming if that's been something you've been wondering. But let's see what else you need to know this spooky season with the closeout message card 3. Another message with the Archer's Answers Oracle deck, Truth Be Told. And we have unlikely. That's interesting. So let's see the bottom of the deck. Let go. Okay. So the closeout message, I feel Spirit is saying that there's something that is unlikely to be beneficial to you moving forward into the next chapter. So it is time to let go. So whether that is a certain way that you have been thinking something is, or whether it's a behavior, whether it's, in some cases, a relationship, or maybe it's a certain outcome, it's time to let it go. Maybe in the sense of, maybe it's letting it go in the sense of how you think it should go. Because it may be unlikely to turn out the way that you think it is, but by letting it go and letting the universe handle it for you, it's going to turn out in a way that's more so in your highest good. And also, when you begin to see things from a more realistic perspective and trying to, in some ways, follow these certain rules, for some of you, it could be that it's unlikely to show the results the way you think, but instead, by trusting your intuition, even if it feels a little bit different than the order or sequence that you think things are supposed to go, it actually turns out in a better way by letting go of those rigid expectations. So take whatever part of any of that resonates with you, release what doesn't, because again, general reading. But hopefully you enjoyed this. This is what I see for you, card 3. Comment below how it resonated with you. Remember to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and if you choose to, you could always tip by buying me a coffee for the reading, for the energy exchange, and I will talk to you guys another time. Bye, card 3.